I don't get it. How was that how we started?
You remember that his mom picked us up in his new blue Tesla from City Center, right? First went to the sculpture park. What was that experience like for you?
Both decided to strike out in the late afternoon or something, and there was still, some hours of sunlight left, so we were able to kind of start walking around the city. I don't think that initial walk, like we were going through so much of the main city, like we felt like we were kind of, skirting the outside of the maybe downtown area of Oslo or whatever, but it was still very scenic and beautiful. We noted a couple people with pretty great street style on our walk. Saw a little car that I really liked, the Buddy. Made my Mazda 2 look like a Suburban. Yeah, so the first walk was, had a little bit of a hard time finding the sculpture garden, but we eventually did. And the most striking that I remember talking to you about was just the specificity of emotion that he was capturing in each piece.
It also reminded you of your own experience, right?
What do you mean?
Human experiences that we have.
Right.
For instance, there's a sculpture of a father interacting with an adolescent, and the look on his face is like, I get you, I care about you, but I'm your dad. And the boy's looking at him like full of angst.
Absolutely. It was just remarkable that these relatable emotional experiences were specific. Like, it's so beyond like, I am mad, I am heartbroken. So I'm just like, how did you do this out of a rock?
Well, another thing I remember about it was walking into Frogner Park. Mm-hmm. Remember how beautiful it was? There were these rows of trees, and we're coming in. It's kind of later in the afternoon, so you've just got this beautiful sun coming in, and gorgeous park, and you're just walking in all this beauty.
Right.
Toward this incredible sculpture garden. It was really meaningful to me being there with you. And being able to do that with you, and here we are on our first day. So meaningful that I forgot to take any video. I was just so overwhelmed with just being there, period.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what was your favorite statue at Vigeland Sculpture Park? Did you have a favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. You have a favorite. No, your favorite.
You do? Which one?
Your favorite, there is a group of huddled adults. And there are two children,
right.
a boy and a girl, who are kind of outside the circle, much younger, maybe 4 or 5. And I think the little boy is just like engaging her in some way or being playful. And she's just like very pouty. He's obviously done something to deserve her ire. Scowl.
Oh, do you know that since we've been back, I was looking at a little bit of commentary on that park, and people say it's really a weird park. What were the adjectives they used? Like grotesque or something?
In the middle is an enormous phallic pillar, basically of just human bodies. I can understand someone thinking that's kind of grotesque. It didn't horrify me. That's not how I interpreted it, but I can understand why other people would feel that way about it.
What did you think about the Indian restaurant where we were?
It was, top 5 meals that we ate in Norway, at least for me.
And I don't know if you remember this, but on the way back, it was so beautiful because we were walking through Frogner, which is an upscale area, and they have these gorgeous looking apartments from the outside.
Yeah.
But night was falling, so all the lights were coming on. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And we could see in the interior of all these beautiful apartments as we were walking by.
I do remember. Mm-hmm. Well, a couple things about the interiors, like just little observation that chandeliers are very in Norway. Yeah.
And then also the bedding.
They just take these flimsy duvets, fold them in half, and put a number of them on a bed. And it's supposedly like separate sleeping
beds.
Quarters.
You have separate beds. That's considered a separate. Totally. And remember the famous line of Esbon, the host?
Oh, yes. This was great. This has become a running in joke for us. So where he's, showing us around, one thing that did not apparently need explanation, he's like showing us the coffee machine. And this machine is like completely opaque to me. Like I've never seen anything like it. And he just he was like, oh yeah, like it's a standard Nespresso. We wrestled with a couple Nespresso machines and never quite figured it out.
So that's all I can remember about the first day.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so what sticks out to you about the first day in Oslo?
Well, We didn't really get out at the crack of dawn. We got out 10:30, or we walked outside our house and we saw a cat sitting on a table.
Yeah.
And then
We had some public transportation challenges, apps that weren't working, and we were trying to get the tickets. But what ended up happening, because at this point it's like 11, I was like, Mom, let's just walk around and like enjoy it.
Right.
Because our time is so limited.
Right, we're going to follow the Akerselva River. And then Caroline's, let's just go.
Yeah, I mean, Oslo's a great city to not really have much of a destination in, because there is this river walk running through the entire middle of the city, so you really can just very easily follow this landmark and like see most of the stuff we're seeing. So
Yeah.
that's what we did.
It was awesome. Yeah, that waterfall section was cool. It's like the older industrial part of Oslo. All these brick buildings that were really neat, and just gorgeous waterfall right there.
Yeah,
We got some good video of that.
totally.
What was your impression about the street art in Oslo?
I think it was visually striking to me, just because I think in the States we often think about street art in the context of like really, really urban environments that are concrete jungles. And so to see it interacting with natural elements more was visually striking
It was.
and unique.
And it gave it a different feel.
Yeah, totally. I feel like there's I mean, just one of the themes for me basically of just Norway in general is just this feeling like the city infrastructure is inviting. It's like meant to be engaged with and played with. This is for you and us, and like we're allowed to be here and encouraged to be. And then we kind of stumbled into Gronelokka. I mean, it's really charming, right?
Right. We didn't really stay in Gronelokka that long.
No, I mean, I think we were just trying to see most of the city in a day, you know? Like we were just kind of blazing through. Felt very young, felt very alternative, artsy.
I think it's the art center, and there's some art schools there. We saw some kids in an alleyway with some street art, and they were sitting there smoking, and it just, you could tell it was artsy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then we wandered on and came into a place we both really liked.
What? Oh, Gronland?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I liked it because there was such a mixture of people there. There were people that looked like they had immigrated more recently, and I just loved the flavor of everybody all mixed up, and became a little bit obsessed with the grocery store there called Frukt Gront, and was videoing all the people, and then I got my phone taken away and they erased all my pictures.
Yeah, we figured, I mean, Mom was pretty upset by that. You know, our best theory is just that there is some anti-immigrant sentiment in Norway, like there is in much of Europe. And yeah, so our best idea is probably that the folks who work at this international market were like concerned about maybe like bad press, because it's thriving, it's blowing up, there's like tons of people, and you know, maybe they even have had experiences with people like posting negative things on the internet, or like, look at all these people and they're like crowding these streets.
Felt like a lot of people were shopping there from all over Oslo.
Yeah,
they were coming there to
they were
shop.
like, I would like to eat a fruit.
and it was supposed to be less expensive.
I bought a lot.
Yeah,
for like $5.
Yeah, and luckily I got my videos back because I learned how to do that. So
Nice. But also the Fretex was in the same zone.
what's a Fretex anyway?
So a Fretex is supposedly the Salvation Army. But listener beware. Fretexes are not thrift stores. They are secondhand, but they are extraordinarily expensive. And they are also quite curated and marked the hell up. So much for that. There's some cute stuff in there though.
Let's see, what else do we want to talk about?
Gronland towards the Opera House.
Oh yeah.
I don't even remember the walk really. Yeah, so the Opera House, what were your thoughts on that?
I loved it. Of course, I pretty much loved all of Oslo.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an Oslo fan, but it was really expansive. When you look at the video, you can see proportionally the people compared to the huge opera roof, which they designed so people can walk on it whenever they want.
Right.
It's
There's no security guards, there's no gates, there's no hours.
Nope. You can walk on it whenever you want.
Yeah.
And they do use it also as a place to host outdoor musical events, and people can sit all over there. We didn't see that. But we saw people playing on it, and the view from it is astounding.
I mean, it's a 360-degree view, basically. But it's, Barcode, and then just downtown Oslo, and then the whole fjords, and then more shipping container sort of zone, too, which is actually, and of course, it's Norway. It's also beautiful, like, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because it was right on Oslo Harbor, so you're seeing part of the harbor.
Sure, yeah. And then the last stop of the day, basically, before we did the long walk home, was Barcode. Mm-hmm. How do you pronounce it? The coolest building is Deloitte. I don't know. It's I've seen the name here too. It's obviously some huge international company.
I really loved that building.
Deloitte. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, it was really beautiful.
Well, I heard Oslo invited, I think it was like 10 different architects to make 10 interesting architectural buildings, and
yeah, it was cool. I mean, it goes without saying that the Scandinavians have a design thing. Mm-hmm. Things are thoughtful and made for humans.
For humans to really enjoy.
Right.
It was artful.
Yeah, and it was really beautiful, but I think even going into Oslo, at least I had read, and you'd probably read too, Oslo is, maybe the least beautiful part of Norway in terms of natural beauty, the least kind of striking in that way. And yeah, it was definitely really interesting to be there. Be like, oh, this is their really urban, like kind of least lush part of the country. And like by any other standard, it's like pretty spectacular. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, this is Colette's Gate 77 in Oslo, Norway. This is our second day here, first full day. We just spent the entire day in the city. It was amazing and lovely. We are also beyond exhausted. Done more walking than we ever could have imagined. We were sore in places we had only dreamt of, and got to chill for the night. So, wrong key, I think. Oh no.